Hey everyone, it's Twintuitive717. What is up, guys? Oh man, it's so good to actually come on and do these readings where I record them because I had a lot of fun doing it yesterday, and it was really nice to hear some of the feedback from a lot of you in regards to it just being something different and not having to read through words sometimes, or it was just nice to hear my voice rather than seeing the words through my writing. And so I just thought I would come on again and do a reading where I'm shuffling with the cards because I was picking up a lot on the energy from the Divine Masculine in terms of that longing and yearning and missing energy. And I just am wanting to use the Archangel Oracle deck to help send out that energy of support for any feminines who are in their divine masculine energies at this time, or just the divine masculine energy that is in this vibration. And so, if you're a twin flame, then you can relate when I say it's not a fun energy to be in when you have to long and yearn and miss another person that you can't physically be with. And so I feel like a lot of us have to understand what letting go means during this time. I think a lot of us get confused or scared when we hear the term let go because you feel like your twin flame will disappear or you're walking away from the connection completely. In reality, if you've gone through a lot of these experiences, you know that there's no walking away for either of you. Somehow it just kind of reconnects again, or you both get drawn back in again. And so what that's teaching us is to recognize and understand cycles of the twin flame journey. So what separation's meant for, why purging happens, so why conflict between the masculine and feminine happens, why it might be like really toxic sometimes, but then completely spiritual, loving, blissful. So all of these are dynamics of what a twin flame journey consists of. So I think a lot of the feminines earlier on had experienced this energy where we just would long for them because of the experiences that we were having with the synchronicities and then our heart space. You guys know what I'm talking about, just the intense feelings that tend to overtake your whole reality. And then you're literally spending your days trying to focus and sort through your thoughts so that you can, function. So that's what the divine masculines are going through right now, and I really want us feminines to help them to let go. And what the feminines do by helping them to let go during sending spiritual love is that we get them to see the reality that we never really are apart. So we're sending the vibration of it's okay to let go because I love you, I long for you too, I miss you. And that just trust that this connection is here to stay, and that the reason that we're separate right now is so that we're both working on clearing a lot of things that don't belong in a relationship of the current new paradigms that twin flames are trying to help heal on this earth. So when we do enter new relationships or relationships with our twin flames, usually that sort of vibration or attraction to each other happens, and you live out the relationship portion being together in like that traditional 3D relationship once you have cleared a lot of those blocks, because the part where you two connect in this way will set an example for everyone in the world. You guys won't be able to help it, and the reason being is because the universe simply just won't allow you to do this until everything's cleared, and that's why we keep going through separation. So that's why I don't want you guys to worry if separation happens, if you're being asked to walk away or let go. Don't let these phrases scare you. Know that everything is in working order. Remember, I talked a lot about acceptance. So once you accept the twin flame journey, you understand that this is your person, they're not going anywhere. You're creating your journey every single step of the way, and that triggering and purging is all about testing, right? Testing our ability to unconditionally love. And our twin, even though they do this to us and we long and yearn for them and love them, we're not only learning unconditional love just through loving them. They're teaching us how to go back and fix broken relationships with friends that we've known, and approaching this unconditional love vibration. They're forcing us to walk away from jobs that no longer serve us because they're making us unconditionally love ourselves. They're making us put our foot down in our life with just a variety of people, from family to friends to coworkers, anything in our lives that's stopping us from being our true authentic selves. The twin flame connection does this, which is why we can't walk away, because there's so much spiritual growth happening. And so I just call in some assistance from my higher self, my guides, my angels, my protectors, and I really do ask for divine protection from my ancestors. I'm going to start shuffling the cards here now, and just based on what I've been talking about, I did extend my energy into the cards as well, so that it could give us some kind of message or clarification on what I've been talking about, or if any of you are resonating with this, then hopefully the cards will just kind of reveal itself and give us the confirmations that our intuition kind of already knows. So, really in this reading, I would just love to send support and love to the divine masculines. Just intuitively picking up that they are on this journey as well, and that I do feel the energy of them longing and, really wanting to connect with the divine feminine, but I also respect the fact that it is their challenge to, come forward in this communication, just because, it's like riding a bike where everyone's like, oh, you kind of got to learn how to do it on your own, and if you fall off, you just have to get off the bike and, get back on. So they kind of have to do it. I mean, no one can learn how to ride a bike for you, right? You have to learn how to ride the bike. I just want a couple more cards here, and then definitely see what we have that flew out at us there. And sometimes the shuffling can, take a little while, but I don't really mind, because I find it interesting how the messages and the story tends to come together, and I feel like it's all for a divine purpose. So I'm just going to try to get one more here because, okay. All right, so I'm just going to put this over, and then we're going to reveal the cards here that are coming out. And I love when a lot of cards are here. I don't do it in any particular order. I just go with what I'm divinely guided to do, really, and whatever messages I feel that are coming forward to me. So I'm just going to take a moment here, guys, just to have a look at the cards. Okay, so, a lot of what I see here, is great in terms of us sending support and us really understanding a lot of the things that they're going through, and also we're going through as well, because a lot of you can pick up on what your divine counterparts are feeling if you're in a good mood, and then your mood drastically changes. So from, just one happy mood, and then all of a sudden it's like extremely numb is what I'm being called to say. And so I feel like the masculines need that support, because it's like, I know what it's like, and I don't know if it's also ascension symptoms also, but it's like you're so overtaken with the fact that a lot of these spiritual things are happening to you, and sometimes it's really hard to process it, because you want to know what's real from what's not, and having to rely on your own intuition, it takes work. So I breathe. So this is Archangel Raphael saying, take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and to release your old patterns. And along with this card here, I think I really want to pick up the healthy lifestyle. And that's Archangel Raphael too. He says, eat a healthful diet and get adequate sleep and exercise regularly for optimal health. So what this is saying to me is, a lot of the times that we do fall into those energies of feeling numb or drained or really tired or foggy on the twin flame journey, we're also really distracted, so we're not paying attention to what we're eating, how much water we're drinking. We sometimes get into this mode of needing answers. And sometimes we can lack self-care because trying to understand what's happening to you, not only on the twin flame journey, but as I also mentioned in my last video, we ascend as well. So we're learning a lot of different things in terms of spirituality. And in order to get through it, we need to start taking care of home first, which is our body. So whenever any of you experience any kind of anxiousness or any kind of fear or doubt or any kind of emotions that literally physically make your body feel sick or weak or ill, or you feel aches and pains in like your neck, your lower back, your you're either like the hip area, the psoas muscle is what I heard Patricia McNeely call it once on her channel. But all of that is in regards to the ascension symptoms that are happening. My sister's a nurse, and she works closely with Archangel Raphael when she does do her work, because she tells me that she pictures a lot of her patients in a green emerald light or a green emerald energy just surrounding their bodies and literally healing them. And I've tried this myself also when I do experience any kind of doubt or negativity, not only for my twin, just anyone in general. If I experience any kind of bad vibrations from them, I protect myself right away with this energy, and just to kind of heal myself of any emotions or uncomfortable or uneasy feelings that I'm getting. So that pairs up with the eating healthy, because the more you guys take care of your body and then you pair that with things like breathing and spending time alone in silence, listening to all different kinds of music and instrumentals and things like that, it really helps sort of give your vibration a big oomph, and you end up feeling a lot more vitalized. So I feel like, because I'm feeling the energy coming from the masculine in terms of this longing, I really want to send this energy to them and let them know that to take care of their health and just to breathe through a lot of this that's happening right now, because it's definitely a lot to take in. And I feel like because some of us in the feminine energy, it almost seems like it's easier to accept the spiritual side of things because by nature, I think you tend to sort of nurture girls a little bit more softly than we do our boys and our men. And so just kind of receiving and taking in is a lot of that feminine energy. And so when all of this information is being pushed in and having to be received in by the masculine, it's hard to do if they're not aware of the techniques to use as far as deep breathing, taking control of their emotions, their body, being very mindful in that moment of their body also. So I just wanted to send that out there. I have here gifts from God and spiritual understanding, and I want to pair these two together because I believe that gifts from God is spiritual understanding. So gifts from God says, Archangel Sandalphon, we angels bring you gifts from your Creator. Open your arms to receive. And Archangel Raziel says, under spiritual understanding, I am bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you to understand spiritual truths. So this is what the Divine Masculine is going through right now. And I guess that's why I had mentioned in another video of mine, all efforts fail when the Divine Feminine tries to help the masculine understand the twin flame connection. It's because it has to be shown in this way to them. Kind of like how it was shown to us in the beginning, and that's how we got all excited and we're like, oh my God, I'm so going to tell him how I feel. And it was like a bomb in our face. So I think it's because, and that's okay, guys, because some of us set our connections in this way because we just want to learn in this way, right? But, if you guys will see here, there's just a lot of victory in being able to understand and get it. And he's also receiving a lot of gifts too that it's reminding him of the twin flame magic, because what's happening is when the divine feminines had gone through this experience, we started realizing that we could use divination tools like oracle cards, tarot cards, using crystals, understanding that we had gifts like, well, this card here, I haven't brought it up yet, but, clairsentience and clairaudience, all of these, the clairs, I guess, all of our spiritual gifts started to develop. So that's what's happening to the divine masculine, is that he's receiving all of this, and he intuitively knows it's because of his divine feminine. And so I think that's where a lot of the intensity comes in for them too, is because they can't deny the intense bonding that's happening between them, even in separation. And so I think that's beautiful, and feminines, just stay patient with this process, because God has your back in times like this. If there's separation or you and your masculine aren't in contact, just know this is what's going on whenever you guys aren't in contact. Source is showing them. I got these two as well. So take your power back in leadership. And I'm going to say these cards are for both the masculine and feminines, because leadership is, it's time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. And take your power back is use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. So both twins, because they both experience a separation if one of them wants to be separated, right? They have no choice. Now they're both separated because one of them needs some time to go off. But leadership happens in that time, and taking your power back does too, because sometimes when we separate, our twins are there to teach us why it is we need to stand in our power and walk away from people. And that's why our twin flames trigger us more than anybody else. It's because the universe knows the slightest thing can trigger you into healing old beliefs and patterns that you're currently carrying with you. And you might get into a fight with your mom, your brother, your friend, and they might point something out about you, and you kind of say, okay, whatever, who cares? It doesn't faze me, and you kind of continue on, and there's no changes made. Because they're seeing it from like a friend's perspective, a family member's perspective. But the minute your twin mentions it, it's like all hell breaks loose, and they trigger you in like the worst way possible. And then all of a sudden you're like looking at your life and doing a lot of reflecting. And so I think I'd mentioned too earlier on when I was just talking over the cards that a lot of us are getting into that acceptance mode as well, which is taking back your power, right? Some of us are afraid to admit that we're on a twin flame connection simply because we're just afraid of what other people are going to say or think. A lot of us are afraid to admit this kind of love to the other person because it's so intense that you don't know how to explain it. You don't even know if this whole twin flame journey is even real, right? You're just going based off of what other people are experiencing and sharing, but it's really hard to decipher a lot of what's coming at us, especially during this time. But stay strong and stand in your own power, and think about what your own heart and your own truth is telling you, regardless of what anybody else thinks or feels, and then go ahead and take leadership in that role, and then start creating your journey from there. Don't be afraid of anyone calling you crazy. I mean, guys, come on. Everything about this journey is crazy. It would be crazy for people not to call us crazy. I'm going to go with this one next. You know what to do. And crystal clear intentions. And also I'm going to put in prioritized with this as well. So we're going to do these three cards together. Because I feel like, okay, so it says, you know what to do. Trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. Crystal clear intentions. Be clear about what you desire. Focus upon it with unwavering faith. That's Archangel Michael. And then prioritize. Focus on your highest priorities. It will help you get organized and motivated. I've been mentioning this a lot as far as all of us on the twin flame journey eventually coming out and sharing our stories on YouTube. And the reason I talk about that a lot, guys, is because there's a great power in the information age that we're in now, because technology has advanced rapidly over the last 20 years than it ever has before. And that's the light age coming into play here. The information age is connecting us all over the world so that we're able to break free from a lot of these paradigms and oppressions that we've been facing, because we haven't been able to connect with a lot of people all over the world in just an instant, right? And now that we're able to do that, we're opening up ourselves to a lot more, because we're realizing that a lot of the experiences that we're having, it's real. Why? Because there are thousands upon thousands of other people that are going through the exact same thing. And that's why we're all finding these communities, learning about being twin flames, star seeds, light workers. And so that's just the way things are going to start to unfold. I mean, a lot of us are coming out and we're really taking our power back, not being afraid of what anybody has to say or think. Prioritize those ideas that you have, because now's the time. You know what to do. Set crystal clear intentions, especially regarding your twin flame journey. I mean, if this experience is happening to you, you don't know a single explanation to anybody about it, about why it is you feel this way. You need to know what you feel. That's what's important here. You need to know how you feel about your person. Regardless of how your person may feel about you, if you can stand in your own truth and accept your own reality as it's happening to you, then we can worry about, attracting the twin flame connection inwards, as far as hearing the truth from the other person, right? I think it's like almost like their soul is like waiting for you to stand in that power of knowing that you're okay, with or without another person. And twins just mirror that vibration within each other, because self-love it's almost like that key, that golden key that's needed for all of us to really thrive on planet Earth. Because when we love ourselves so much, the love that you can extend to other people is pretty incredible. Okay, guys, I don't want to go too long into this reading. We're almost at 22 minutes here. But the last 3 cards I had here was clairsentience, which was notice your recurring physical and emotional feelings. They signify divine guidance. Patience, your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize and still need nurturing and patience. And last I have here is career transition, which is your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. And so I feel like, again, it's going back to that first card I had pulled about all of the gifts and information that's coming in for everyone that's on a twin flame journey right now. It's just incredible, because we're actually seeing that there is a purpose to all of this, right? And we can finally feel free in letting go of the idea that we strictly need a romantic connection to believe in this, because the universe is starting to reveal a lot of magic for us in our lives, and we are seeing it's because of our twin flame journey. So we're starting to become a lot more thankful for our twin flames because of all the positive changes that are happening in our lives in regards to our career, our abundance, just our personalities are changing. We're becoming more bold, more brave, more comfortable in our skin. And again, that's why the twins are just constantly drawn back to each other, because they can't deny the amazing spiritual growth that happens. A lot of us are using these gifts to, turn it into our careers, and it's becoming fun. We're seeing the magic in life happen, and I think sending all of this beautiful energy over to the divine masculine and letting them know that, we've been there, masculines, and you're not crazy, and you're okay. And even though you may be totally resenting us for turning your world upside down, it will all ease itself out in the end. And we're just here to support, and we're not here to deter the connection in any way with negativity. And I just wanted to send that out for the beautiful Divine Masculine Collective and the Divine Feminine Collective. Guys, I'm sending you so much love and light. I really hope you enjoyed this reading here tonight. Give me a like if you enjoyed this. Chat with me in the comments if you'd like. I try to respond as much as I can, just so that we can communicate a little bit, or I can answer quick questions that you guys might have. And please subscribe if you haven't done so. I would love to have you on my channel. And, any of you that are disliking the videos, I just want to say thank you as well, because you are giving the channel exposure each time you visit my channel and click. So sending you guys all love, light, and laughter, and I will speak to you soon. Take care, guys.